Hi everyone. So, quick question to start off today. Have you ever almost killed anyone baking cookies? No? Just me? Okay, never mind then. Alright, moving on. Today for our ingredients, we have 1 cup of unsalted butter, a teaspoon of cream of tartar, half a cup of cranberries, 1 cup of sugar, 1 egg, 2 cups of flour, half a cup of chopped pistachios, and a teaspoon of baking soda. Okay, for making our cookies, we're going to add the butter and the sugar to a large bowl and cream those together. Then throw in the egg and beat that in. And then in a separate bowl, combine the flour, the baking soda, and the cream of tartar, and then gradually add that in. And then stir in the pistachios and the dried cranberries. All right, I'm going to start off here and beat together the butter and the sugar. Yeah. And I'll do a little story time here for this mixing segment. I won't leave y'all hanging on my clickbaity intro there. So, at my old job, for several years, I worked there for almost 5 years, and almost that entire time, minus like the first month I worked there, I made cookies for everyone, which sort of inspired me to do this. So. So, I made those cookies, and I did the responsible thing. I put, like, if there was peanuts in there, or any kind of nut, or like pineapple or something, I would like, hey, warning, there's this allergy thing in here. But one day, about 3 years into that, I'm sitting at my desk working, and one of our like janitorial staff comes over, and he's like, "Hey, I got to talk to you." And he's holding one of my cookies in a little Ziploc bag, and he's wearing a hospital bracelet, like he got admitted to the hospital. And so he tells me, "Hey, I had to go to the hospital last night because I had like shortness of breath. And like the only thing different that I ate was one of your cookies." And I'm like, "Oh no, I'm about to get fired and or go to jail." Pause here again real quick and mix this up. Okay, and now I'll combine the dry ingredients over here. And so, oh, that's my cutting board falling over. So he holds up the little, oh gosh, everything's falling. Okay, here we go. So he holds up the little cookie bag in front of me, and he's like, so the cookie was like, there's like this little weird green thing in the cookie, and I'm like, yeah, they were pistachio cookies. And he looks at me like blank stare, like, what are you talking about? And I'm like, you've had pistachios before, right? Like, you know you're not allergic to them? And I'm like, and he's like, yeah, I eat pistachios all the time. I'm like, they're green though. Pistachios are green. You can see here. I don't know actually how well you can see, but like the outsides are green. That's a pistachio. And so, so that's how I almost killed someone making cookies, because he thought that he had pistachios all the time, but I guess didn't know actually what a pistachio was. So there's today's fun story time. All right, and now I'll just gradually add in that dry mixture while this is running here. I'm a clumsy bird today. But yeah, in case you were wondering, nothing ever came of it besides that. I didn't like get sued or fired or anything. But I kept making cookies too. They didn't ask me to stop, so that was nice. Because I did love doing it. I feel like it made everyone's Monday better to do it. And hopefully these recipes make your day better too. Okay, and now I'll just throw in the pistachios and cranberries and just stir those in. Oh my gosh, okay. First video of the day, you gotta forgive me on all this stuff I'm dropping here. All right, there we go. All right, now for prepping our cookies, we're gonna take a small pinch of dough, roll it into a ball, and then put it on a parchment paper lined cookie sheet here, and then take a fork dipped in sugar and flatten it out with that. And then we're gonna bake those at 375 degrees Fahrenheit for about 12 to 15 minutes, just until the edges start to turn brown. All right, I'm gonna take a little bit of dough here. Oop. That was too much. Not that much. Not that much. There we go. Okay. Roll it into a ball. Plop it down there. And then grab a fork, dip it in some sugar, and then just squish it out there. This dough's really sticky, so if you need to, either wet your hands or that was the oven going off. Wet your hands, or you could chill the dough for a little bit to make it less sticky. But I'm just going to work with it. Well, I thought I would make it with just 2 trays, but let me grab one more real quick. Be right back. All right, there we go. Give me a second to stand up straight too. My back is hurting. Okay, there we go. Okay, and there we go. So as you can see, it spread out a little bit more than I thought they would, but that's totally fine. You can just cut them apart with a knife once they're done and while they're still soft. You don't want to wait until they're hard because then they'll just snap apart. We don't really want that. But there we go. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Next week, we're going to continue our little sort of Christmassy thing, but do a nice fresh minty cookie since it's a fresh new year. So meet me back here next week for that. Same time, same place. Until then, I hope you all have a great week. Love you all. Bye.